Welcome to the sandwich generation, where you and I are stuck in the middle between our kids and grandkids and our parents and grandparents, and we're trying to make it work for everyone. Today on Food for Thought Friday, I want to talk about COVID and how it mimics my personal vice, which is a soap opera, General Hospital. Let's dig in. When we first started out back in February, March, we all thought this was going to last about 2 weeks. We were going to hunker down in our homes for 2 weeks and then it was going to be over. And guess what? That's not what happened. And we are all still struggling with this ridiculousness every single day. And I want you to know that there is a soap opera out there, and I have been watching it truly since I was a child. And it is my vice. I record it. I watch it every single day. And some things about this virus kind of chuckle me sometimes when I'm watching General Hospital, because I think, my goodness, my work situation is so much like a soap opera these days. First thing about soap operas, just for those of you who don't watch them, is if there's something big happening in the storyline, they'll take a single day or maybe even a single hour or two of real time, and they will drag it out over a week or two. And that is because there are so many details happening in that particular span of time that they have to spread it out because there's no time to watch it in a single hour episode, right? So COVID is the same way. When I'm in my community, we are constantly mindful that COVID is out there, that we have to protect the residents, that we have to not go around where we could get them sick somehow. And so that's just kind of our baseline these days. Everybody's just kind of used to thinking about it all the time. It's always in the background. We get tested multiple times a week. I wear a mask all day, every day to work, and have since February. So, we're kind of at a baseline with all that. But let's say there's an outbreak. Let's say that all of a sudden on the news, the cases are soaring and we have more cases than we did back whenever we thought it was horrible before. And those times in senior living, they slow down just like a soap opera. And so what I mean by that is, gosh, there's so many things. If someone gets COVID, or if the regulations change with the state or the county, which they do all the time, then we have to jump in, absorb everything we just learned that has to be done, find a policy, find a way to do it, and send it out so that we're all doing the same thing. And when those things happen, those are the kind of days that I go home and I say, ugh, it felt like this day lasted a whole week. And that's where the General Hospital comes in, because that is exactly how it works. You're going along, you're bobbing along with your storyline, everything's cool, and then sweep happens or whatever, and they're, on this show, they're manufacturing this drama. But in senior living, that drama is happening all the time, and it's not just my place, it's any senior living out there in the country. And so you should really be especially grateful for those people who are pivoting on a moment's notice and are changing these things. And, here we are. We had another crisis. Okay, we lived through that crisis. Everything settles back down and we're back to our normal baseline. And then something else will happen. It'll crescendo and we'll have another week of where every day feels like a week in itself. And we're just exhausted. But then, you know what? Things simmer down again and we get right back into it. And so that ebb and flow, I don't know if you're familiar with that. If you have someone in senior living even, we try to keep everyone updated as best we can, but I'm not sure how much you understand the magnitude of what happens day to day in senior living just to keep everything on that baseline. And so I get a little chuckle out of it whenever I'm watching my brain candy and, the same happens there. And I'm thinking, oh goodness, we're just like a soap opera. That is ridiculous. But that's how we are with COVID, right? So, again, be grateful for your caregivers, be grateful for your executive directors, be grateful for the housekeepers, the maintenance people, and everywhere in between, because we are scrambling to stay in that nice, smooth baseline for your loved one. Take a moment for yourself. If you're not doing that, what is your brain break? I'd love to hear about it. Mine is definitely General Hospital. So, what is yours? What do you like to do? What are you doing to take a step back from the COVID drama and just chill for a minute? What are you doing to take a step back from that and not have to think about, do I have my mask on right this minute? Those are all big things to think about. And if you are a person who's getting that COVID fatigue and you're saying, I'm done, I'm not wearing masks anymore, I'm over it, it's not really helping the situation. So let's think about other ways. Brain candy, work out in your yard, work on your car, whatever it is for you. If you have someone who has a loved one in senior living or someone who's struggling with a senior that's still at home, I hope that you'll share these videos with them, because there's so many people that need to hear these things. And sometimes it's just easier to hear it from a stranger looking like this, as you can turn it off and stop at any time. Please, let's help everyone right now. We all have to stick together in this. So, in the middle of our craziness, let's stop for a moment and let's think everything through. Thanks for watching today.